Hi, I'm CoCo.
CoCo, what you do?
I am day shift bartender in Magic City.
Okay. How long you been at Magic City?
2 years.
2 years. Okay.
2 amazing years. I
How,
love Magic City.
how you like? Well, that's it. How has it treated you?
Amazing.
Yeah.
I have had every job you can think of.
Okay.
I have graduated from college. I've done a lot in my life. And to come to Magic City, it has done me so well. The most money I've ever made.
Yeah.
Just the contacts, the opportunity. Magic City is just great. It's an amazing family atmosphere, family-run business. It's nothing bad I can really say about Magic City. Like, I'm so grateful for the opportunity to have been invited to come and work in Magic City.
Okay. So let's take us back. Where you from?
I am from Chicago, baby.
Chi-Town.
Yes.
Chi-Town. Okay. What brought you to Atlanta?
School.
School.
hmm
What school?
I started at Clark, Atlanta,
Okay.
and I finished at Georgia State.
Gotcha. What was your major?
Psychology, psych major. So, that really helps me at work.
Okay.
Believe it or not, it helps me in bartending.
How so?
It helps me and in relationships with my coworkers. It helps me to just have no judgment. It helps me to just be cool and not take everything so personally, because it's every different walk of life. Every type of person you can imagine works at Magic City or either has come through those doors as a customer.
Yeah. So as a bartender, what's the pros and the cons of just, and generally, not at Magic City, but just generally of bartending? Was this your first bartending job?
I probably shouldn't say it, but yes, it's my very first bartending job.
Okay.
Let me tell you the story.
Okay.
So, I went to bartending school. Well, first of all, I worked for an attorney. I graduated from school. I worked for an attorney. The attorney was absolutely, I don't know if I should say this. He was nuts.
Okay.
He was absolutely nuts. I ran a lot of the business, and he was paying me like pennies, peanuts, to do a lot for this attorney. I thought that I was like on the law school track. I thought I wanted to go to law school. I'm still not against the idea, but I thought that's kind of what I wanted to do. So I wanted to go and, work for an attorney, I love law. I did discover that, but he just wasn't paying me enough. Like, I just couldn't sustain myself. I actually went into debt working for the attorney. He did criminal law, and he did like personal injury, like accidents and so forth. But I was on the criminal side. It was really interesting. Like, I really loved the work, but I just felt like he did not appreciate my worth and what I gave to the business. So I moved on from there. A friend of mine was like, "You should try bartending school. You're cute. You'll always be working, blah, blah, blah." So I went to bartending school because I thought...
You are cute.
Thank you.
Second that opinion.
I thought that, if I went to bartending school, it would be a good idea, because I'm like pro-education. I thought that, if I went to bartending school, that would make me more desirable to, possible employers.
Okay.
So...
What type of employee?
I specifically wanted to work for a gentleman's club.
Okay. Why so?
Because I thought that it would be the most lucrative.
Okay.
I thought I would make the most money.
Okay.
So, I did that. I graduated on a Friday, and I was hired by Magic City on a Wednesday.
Really?
When I graduated on a Friday, I went to, different clubs throughout the week. Then I went to Magic City on Wednesday. I brought in, my beautiful resume with my picture on it, my sexy bartending picture on it and everything. Brought it in. The girls in the office, Teresa and Miss Katrina, were like, "Okay, sign a list, whatever. Sign a list, whatever." I left out. Magic has this mirror on the wall outside the office. I think he can see from his desk in the mirror.
Yeah.
in the office.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. Do you know about that mirror?
Yeah, I've seen the mirror before.
So I think Magic may have seen me. I went in, looking like the best I could possibly look, or I thought that I could look.
Okay.
Right. So they were like, okay, sign the list. Okay, we'll call you back. So I went out to my car, leaving like, God damn, another flat line, right? So I get to my car, and it's a car wash across the way. Yeah. So I'm getting to my car, somebody's like, hey, yo. And I'm thinking it's just one of the guys from the car wash or something. I turn around, it's Magic.
Yeah.
It's the Magic from Magic City calling me.
Did you know that was Magic at the time?
Yeah, I knew it was Magic. Like, you've seen him, in interviews throughout the years and so forth. So I knew it was Magic. So he was like, hey, you want to bartend? What do you want to do? And it was like right around Super Bowl or leading up to Super Bowl. So I was like, yeah, I want to bartend. He was like, come inside. We're gonna get you a bartending job. And that's how I became a Magic City bartender.
Like that?
Yeah.
Just like that?
Just like that.
Okay. So then, how long did it take for you to start?
So I got hired on Wednesday. I started training on Monday.
Okay.
So it was no time.
How soon before the Super Bowl was this?
Maybe about 3 weeks.
Okay.
So I was on the floor literally. I trained for about a week, and I was on the floor the next week.
So how was Super Bowl week?
Super Bowl, we did an extended Super Bowl kind of day shift thing. So for me, it was bananas, considering I had never bartended before. Like, I didn't really know what to expect. But it was the shift I had from like 12 to like 4 or 5 or 6, something like that. And it wasn't as busy as I know probably all the other shifts were thereafter. But it was, it was a lot going on for a brand spanking new bartender. Yeah. It's a lot going on.
What's the hardest part about bartending?
The hardest part about bartending, maybe the hardest part about bartending is because we're responsible for quite a bit, and people don't really necessarily understand that or know that, but we have to cut people off when we think they've drank too much. Like, we're responsible for people's lives once they walk out that door.
Gotcha.
So that may be sometimes the hardest part, because I think a lot of customers don't understand that I'm responsible for you. Yeah. If you leave out that door and you don't make it home, that's me. I'm responsible for that. So I think maybe that's probably one of the hardest things is cutting someone off. And they're having such a good time, or, and most people, they're not angry. This is my little spiel that I say, well, babe, I'm going to cut you off only because I just want you to make it home safe. But it's been plenty of times, a few times where I've had to actually put people in Ubers and so forth. But, like, it's my responsibility, like, socially, consciously, like, it's my responsibility to get people home safe.
That affects your tips?
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily, but usually people that have drank too much, they're not aware of their tipping. So they don't think, well, she's a bartender, so I'm going to leave her a $50 or $100 tip. They're not thinking about that. They're just drunk. And so a lot of times they're probably going to leave a tip.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So who are your customers that tip well? Like, how do you know when somebody comes to the bar, like, oh yeah, he's a big tipper?
You really don't know, actually, because when Super Bowl hit and like whatever the team that won, they came into the club and them Negroes did not tip. Yeah. They tipped 0, and they were drinking like 42 or something. Like 10 shots of 42 for everybody. Yeah. And then where's the tip? No tip. Really? Like 0, nothing.
Why is it like that?
I think that some people just don't understand tip etiquette.
So how's tip etiquette supposed to work?
So it is based off of the service, and I think I give damn good service because I treat people the way that I want to be treated. I'm a Buddhist. I don't know if many people understand Buddhism. The type of Buddhism I'm in is called Nichiren Buddhism, and the best way to explain it, Tina Turner, and what's love got to do with it? Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Yeah. The chanting. So the chanting, it just kind of makes you very peaceful, and it's like you just give love. It's all peace and it's all love. And that's kind of what I give to my customers. Like, I just want everybody to feel comfortable. I just want everybody to feel like they're at home. I just want everybody to feel like they've had a damn good time in Magic City.
So how long you been Buddhist?
For 4 years.
Okay, so relatively new.
Relatively new.
Okay.
Relatively new. But, like, I think that's kind of how I lived my life always before, but I just found my place in religion.
Gotcha.
It's through Buddhism.
So then let me ask you this. After working at the club, like, I know you said Magic City is the most you ever made bartending. What type of money is made from a bartender at Magic City?
I don't want to get myself in trouble now.
Just generally speaking.
I mean, I would say on a bad day, you can kind of make $50 to $100 an hour.
Okay.
So if you work 8 hours, you can do the
$400 to $800.
Yeah. I mean, and who makes that working a 9 to 5? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're making $15 or $20 an hour, like, who can really live off those wages? Like, no one.
Right.
You know? So.
And you saying that's a bad day. So on a good day, what can it look like?
I mean, a good day, you can, like, make that off of one customer. You know, like, if a customer is buying bottles, if a customer is just in a good mood, or a customer just likes you.
Yeah.
Like, anything is possible.
So, what's the most you made in one day?
Why are you doing this to me?
I just want to know, if it's good, if he good to you.
Why are you doing this to me? What's wrong?
What's the most in just one day?
The most I've ever made on day shift with one customer, or the most I've ever made, period. On day shift.
Trying to get to them big ones.
I work from 3 to 8.
Okay.
I made about $2,000 on day shift.
It's not a bad day.
One day shift.
And what's the most you made from one customer?
About $800 to $1,000.
From one customer?
From one customer. Every time, basically, they order something or order one. So, say for instance, they order ones.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe they order 1,000 ones. They might give you $200, $300, $400, $500.
What type of customers are these?
These are, you don't know who they are. Like, a lot of them, I think, are maybe some businessmen, some industry people.
Okay.
Maybe some hustlers. I don't know. I don't ask questions.
Gotcha.
I mean, that's not my business. I don't want them to feel uncomfortable. I'm asking, well, what do you do? And, I just treat them good, make them feel loved, make them feel comfortable, make them want to come back to Magic City. And
so, working at Magic City, has it made you want to dance?
It has not made me want to dance. However, it has made me think, like, I would probably be a bomb-ass dancer.
Really?
Only because...
Really? What makes you say that?
Listen. Stop.
Listen
to me. No, it's not even because of the physical thing.
Yeah.
It's because I feel like I know how to talk to men.
Okay.
I feel like I know how to make a man feel comfortable. I feel like just because I know how, I understand people.
Right.
That's the psychology background.
Okay.
But through life experiences, I've learned that a man don't want to hear bitching and cussing and crying and fussing and like, men don't want to hear that. Yeah. So I think I've learned that and I understand it about men.
How long did the strip club help you? Did Magic City help you learn that? Or was this a process through life?
I think it was a process through life, but I also think that Magic City probably instilled that, like, in me.
I got you.
Like, men, they're trying to get away from their life, their reality. They're trying to get away from the drama at home. They're trying to get away from the kids. They're trying to get away from work. And they want to come and they just want to chill. They just want to let their hair down. They just want to relax. They want to have a couple of drinks and they want to see some booty. Like, nothing is wrong with that.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing
Sounds
is
like
wrong with
good
that.
Goddamn day to me.
Right. Nothing is wrong with that. I mean, it's temporary. Nothing's going to come out of it. Like, no girl's going to go home with them. Like, I mean, maybe in some cases, I don't know.
Right.
But, like, it begins at the club and it stops at the club.
So how has your personal life changed since you've been in Magic City?
Well, I met the love of my life at Magic City.
Really?
Yeah. It's weird, huh? Is that weird? That's weird. Like, the best relationship I've ever had in my entire life, I met him at Magic City.
Was it a lot of sex in this relationship?
I mean, I think that I'm a sexual person, so any relationship I'm in is going to be a lot of sex. But yeah, I mean, it was sex. Like, who doesn't have sex? Who don't have sex?
I'm just saying, I wish I was him. When you meet him at Magic?
I met him on a dead day shift.
Yeah.
He came in, sat at the bar, and we just like vibed out, like, you know, just talked or whatever. And I never like will talk to anybody who comes into the club. Like, that's not my style. I don't do that. And you know, my background, my religious beliefs, and you know, like, I just don't want to take anything home with me. But I don't know. He was just like, I just read him, and the energy was right, and like, we've been together 2 years.
Really? That's all right.
Yeah.
You must have met that nigga, Super Bowl.
It's been good.
So does he care that you work at the club?
No, he's actually in the industry too.
Okay. So he supports you.
Okay. Well, I mean, you know, I think that sometimes, you know, it might be a little weird from him, but you know, just keep it open. Like, keep it like real. Like, this is what it is. I'm going out with this person. But I do try to make sure that he like knows who my friends are.
So hold up, you can go out on dates?
No. I don't go out on dates. I have friends. Don't you have friends? You go hang out with your boys?
Yeah. Your friends are females or males?
A lot of my friends are guys.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, I just be like, I'm going out with such, but he knows them.
Okay.
You know, so it's no funny business.
No, I respect it.
Yeah, it's no funny business. I mean, he's in the industry too, so I mean, I probably have things to worry about. But you know, I've seen the behind the scenes of what really happens, and these women that take off their clothes for money, it's like a legit business. They have families to provide for. They have kids to take care of. They take care of their mama. They got cancer. They take care of their daddies, their uncles. You know, like, it's not just some old, like, especially women that are not in the business, they think that this is like something nasty or something terrible or negative, and it's really not. It's a job. These girls come to work to make money to provide for themselves and their families.
How much money do they make?
They make money. They make money, especially if, you know, it's not that many girls in working at the time. Yeah. And it's 20 or 30 customers, and all of those 20 or 30 customers get $100, and you might be one of 3 girls working. You're gonna make some money.
So what's one thing that you've learned about yourself since you've been working at the strip club? Since you've been working at Magic City?
One thing I've learned. Maybe don't sweat the small stuff. Yeah. You know? Yeah. Only because I come in contact with so many people every day that I work. Just don't sweat the small stuff. Like, you gotta keep this shit moving. Just keep it moving. You know? Like, you can't be worried about a pimple on your face, or you can't be worried about, like, what he did, because you can't control that. You know? Like, it's all about you, and you cannot stress things that are not important.
Gotcha.
You know?
And one of the last questions. When you talk about your customers at Magic, what type of customers have you seen?
I love my customers. I have regular customers. I have new customers. I have customers that come in from Tennessee. They come in from California. They come in from Amsterdam. They come in from Poland. I mean, from everywhere. Like Africa. People come all the way to Atlanta. They may be doing business or doing, you know, whatever they're doing in Atlanta, but they'll come and they'll say, we had to come to Magic City because of everything we've heard about Magic City, because of the music we hear, like they talk about Magic City. We wanted to come see Magic City for ourselves. And I say, welcome.
White, black,
anything Asian. You can, white, black, Asian, Mexican, anything you can think of comes into Magic City. Any country you can think of comes into Magic City. Any country, everybody comes to Magic City. I'm CoCo, and I'm Magic City.